Good morning. My name is Ken Bogrant, and I'm the chair of the Community Preservation Committee. This meeting is held in accordance with the documents signed by Governor Baker last Friday, allowing us to have a meeting both in person and on Zoom. All of the rules that we have followed with respect to participating in these meetings on Zoom, which you are all familiar with and which we have gone over each of the last 2.5 years, are still in force. And therefore, I would like to call this meeting to order on the understanding of everyone that that is the manner in which we are proceeding. If I have no objections, I am calling the meeting to order, and I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda of the meeting.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Richin. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Eleanor.
Second by Eleanor. All those in favor by roll call. Neville Richin,
Aye.
Dawn Hill Holgate,
Aye.
Eleanor Antonetti.
Aye.
Has Mark Beal checked in?
No, he has not.
Has Linda Williams checked in?
No.
Tim Savarino? John Trudell?
He has not checked in.
Has Diane checked in?
No.
Okay. All right, so that passes unanimously. The next item on the agenda are the approval of the minutes of June 21st, which have been circulated. Are there any changes or corrections? And if not, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes as circulated.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Richin,
Second by Tim.
all those in favor, Neville Richin,
Aye.
Dawn Hill Holgate,
Aye.
Eleanor Antonetti,
Christine was not present.
Tim Savarino,
I wasn't present either, but I vote aye.
right? The chair votes aye. So those pass unanimously. There is no correspondence that I'm aware of with respect to this meeting. And if so, I would move on to the next item on the agenda with the election of officers. We traditionally elect a chairman and a vice chairman. I would open the floor to nominations first for the position of chairman.
I would like to nominate Ken Bogrant to continue as chairman.
Second by Dawn Hill Holgate.
Are there other nominations to be considered?
I'd like it to be a 25-year term.
Hearing none, I will then put the nomination to a vote. All those in favor, please indicate as I call your name. Neville Richin,
Aye.
Dawn Hill Holgate,
Aye.
Eleanor Antonetti,
Aye.
Tim Savarino,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. There's no one else in attendance. Is that right, Donna?
That is correct.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the election of a vice chair for the current year. I would open the floor for nominations with respect to position of vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Linda Williams as vice chair.
Is there a second?
Aye. I second. I second.
Thank you. Are there other nominations? Hearing none, then I will bring this to a vote. All those in favor of Linda Williams as vice chair, Neville Richin? You're frozen. Dawn?
Aye.
Eleanor?
Aye.
Tim? And the chair votes aye. Neville, are you voting aye as well?
He's frozen.
He's still frozen. Okay, that passes unanimously 4-0. There are no guests that I am aware of.
Yes,
There he
I
is.
vote aye.
Oh, there you are. Okay, terrific. That passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda are fund requisitions. There are 2 fund requisitions identified in Roman numeral 1A, the building envelope preservation for Linda Williams for $79,767.57 for fiscal year 19, and St. Paul's Church, Linda Williams, $104,000 fiscal year 20. I will note that while I am a member of St. Paul's Church, I have no position of responsibility at St. Paul's Church. I'll entertain a motion to approve those fund requisitions.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Richin,
Second by Dawn Hill Holgate.
second by Dawn. All those in favor. Mr. Richin,
Aye.
Dawn Hill Holgate, Eleanor Antonetti,
Aye.
Tim Savarino,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. The matter of old business can't be dealt with at this point in time. Ms. Williams is obviously not present, but there's a really terrific item.
She's
of new
coming.
business.
She's just pulling in if you want to wait.
Well, we can go back to it.
Yeah.
Okay, the next item of new business is to welcome our newest new member to the committee, and that is Eleanor Antonetti. I can say that I've had the pleasure of working with Eleanor over many years, very closely over the last 3 years before she bailed out and went over to the land bank. But we're really blessed that, in fact, she stayed with one of the organizations that are so critical to the acceptance and the improvement of things here on the island of Nantucket. Eleanor, I would like to welcome you and I'd like to give you a chance to just say a few words of hello and let people understand some of your background and your interest on behalf of the land bank in this committee.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate what you said, and the feeling is absolutely mutual, Ken. And I'm looking forward to being involved here and learning a lot and helping wherever possible. I worked, as you said, for the Planning and Land Use Services Department in multiple capacities for 7.5 years, primarily
Yeah, you were
zoning.
just like vice chair. Yes. There's Glenna, I've got Linda on the phone. She wants to know how she gets in the building.
Here,
Come
let's
to the
go.
door.
Walk through the door.
She doesn't know which building. It's kind of confusing. Sorry, I'm here.
Okay, all right, thanks. Bye.
Grand entrance is always Linda. It's a comfortable building.
Okay.
Anyway, as I was saying, I worked for, I did zoning, planning. I did a lot of work with you on the art sale, and I worked with the NPDC. I worked with the Affordable Housing Trust, which is probably my favorite thing. No offense to everybody else. Continue to be interested in that. I worked on the Census Complete Count Committee. I worked with Neighborhood First, planning board, et cetera. So, and it was a wonderful experience, and I wasn't looking to leave, but an opportunity fell in my lap, and I couldn't refuse it. So working with the land bank has been wonderful. I've been there for a year, and in that capacity, I'm now joining this committee. And I would like also in that capacity to read a letter that Ken has received, but I would like everyone to know how we feel about Ken's years of dedicated service as our representative. So here's the letter. Dear Ken, on behalf of the Land Bank, I would like to express our deepest appreciation for your many years of service as the Land Bank Commission's appointee to the Community Preservation Committee. Your steadfast leader, can you please be quiet, Linda?
I'm confused.
Okay, well, you got here late, so just hang on and just listen to the letter and we'll catch you up. Thank you. Your steadfast leadership and commitment to the many worthy causes supported by the CPC has had a visible impact on the island and the quality of life of its residents. Overseeing the equitable distribution of funds is often a delicate balancing act and not always an easy task in the face of competing community priorities. However, in your role as chair, you have earned a reputation for being fair, treating applicants with respect, and cultivating consensus among your fellow committee members. The fact that the CPC's recommended funding allocations are rarely challenged at annual town meeting every year, time and time again, is a testament to your leadership. We look forward to your continued service on the CPC alongside our new staff appointee, that being me, with whom I know you will work well. I believe she brings valuable perspective. Well, this I don't need to read, but anyway, thank you very much. And that's signed by Jesse and averred by the commission. So thank you very much, Ken, for all you've done.
Well, thank you. It was an honor to serve as your representative, and I will now continue in that role as the Parks and Rec representative. Linda, just to bring you up to speed, we have gone through the agenda and we have appointed a chair and a vice chair. I've been appointed as chair and you've been appointed as vice chair. We have approved the fund requisitions and we skipped over the item on the agenda with respect to whether or not you have an update on the signage on the properties. And so at this point in time, if you have something to report on that, that would be helpful. So welcome and give us an update if there is one. I'm not hearing from Linda.
I can't hear on this one. Is that round thing that goes around the circle?
What he said was that he brought you up to speed on where we were. And so there is the item of the update on the signage for properties that was deferred from the last meeting. And
Well, it's gonna get deferred again because they did not appoint Joe, who was doing it with me.
okay,
They
Ken, did you hear
appointed,
that?
No, I didn't hear that. What did it? Repeat it.
It's going to be deferred again because they did not appoint Joe,
Nope.
who was working on the project with her. So it's going to be deferred again until a future meeting.
Who did not appoint Joe?
Planning board.
The planning board.
They put John Trudell back on.
And I
Dr.
believe, excuse me, Mr. Chair, if I may. I was reappointed by the planning board when Joe had been appointed to the planning board. He, I guess his seat was up on the CPC, so we couldn't appoint myself and Joe, and he continued, or I'm continuing in the capacity where I was first appointed. So that at-large position that he had was no longer available.
So I'm gonna see if he'll work with me. He said he might work with me anyway, just for jollies. I'll have to find that out.
Okay, Neville.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I might be putting a sour apple in all of this, but I just want to ask a question. Many years ago, the CPC had a policy for everyone who applied for grants. And I believe it was written in on the application form that when they are doing their projects, they had to put a sign outside of the projects stating that they were being funded by the CPC so that the community will know that this is a community project.
You're absolutely correct, Neville. And
Yeah.
this was the reason for the follow-up to see, because we've probably not been diligent in making sure that each of the projects does have a sign up. And so the object of the exercise was to go through all of our 250 different projects and see where that there is appropriate signage. That's the nature of the project. So,
I see.
and the thing is that if there's a situation with Joe Topham not being able to do it, I would be happy if someone else would volunteer to work with Linda in order to sort of divide the properties out to take a look at them and get that in place. We don't have to have a decision now, but you think about you as a committee members who might be interested in doing this and following up on this so that we can make sure that all of our projects do have signage on them to make the community aware of the 250 different things that we've done over the years.
On top of the fact that we did, what, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, vote on a template, which I
Yes.
haven't seen for a while. I've got various signs in various formats on different projects, like Sustainable out there at the, on Hummock Pond Road. But, and they were asking me where to put it. It doesn't have to be outside, it could be inside, depending on the project. But I'd love to have that template back so I know what it looks like again. It's been a while.
Okay, Glenna will track that down, and we will decide at the next meeting who else will be working with you in terms of doing this. And, you know, maybe a summer intern or someone like that is something we should think about. The last item,
Mr.
Neville.
Chairman, I just want to just get this out of my mind so I can settle it up. That's an enormous project for someone to do. Is it possible that all of the representatives who are us can go to our project, the people in charge of our project, and ask them about putting a sign up and then coming back and reporting back to the CPC and where it's lacking or where they don't know? Then to make Linda's job a little bit easier, we will know what to do. So it wouldn't be like hundreds of projects. It might be just 2 or 3, and to insist that they do that.
I think that's an excellent suggestion, Neville. I will talk to Glenna about how easy it is to pull up the data with respect to the projects and how many of them are still under the aegis of the people who are currently on the board, and then figure out how we do those projects that are not represented by current members of the board. That's a good suggestion that we will follow, and we'll move forward on that. I will move forward on that with Glenna.
So, Mr. Chair,
Yes.
that is an item that is in the contracts. That is one of the contingencies that
Nope.
is included in the contracts.
Yeah, we know that. No,
Okay.
we know that there's an obligation there. The problem is that we haven't followed up on seeing the implementation of the obligation.
And unfortunately, a lot of the projects, since we've been at this almost 20 years, a lot of the projects are old. They're not
Mhm.
current. Like we haven't been back to the Methodist Church for a while.
Right.
There are a lot of these older projects that what are you supposed to do? And then things like the flagpole in the middle of Sconset.
Mhm.
You got to figure out where you're going to put that thing. And then we want to make sure that it's under the HDC sign guidelines, so it doesn't have to go to the HDC every time somebody puts one up. So that's why I wanted to see the size and the template that we voted on some years ago, so I can see just what
I'll resend it.
that is. Yeah.
Okay, so Linda, you will coordinate with Glenna and me at this point in time to figure out next steps in terms of how we move this thing forward. Is that agreeable? Okay. Last item on the agenda is the making you aware of the letter that I sent on behalf of the committee to the Gardner family in view of Jack's passing. And Glenna, did you have circulated that? Is that correct?
I never saw it.
You never saw it? I do have it here on my screen. If nobody has received it, I will make sure that you do.
Okay.
I'd like to do something. He's been on for it was on for a long, long time. And it's a very integral part of this group. I'd like to do something. I don't know what. His name
Well, I
is-
think, Linda, one of the things that Jason Bridges, the chair of the board, has talked about at the last select board meeting was in fact perhaps naming an award or an honor for community service in Jack's name that would be awarded on a regular basis each year to someone in the town that goes above and beyond. So I'm not sure where that is right now, but that discussion started at the end of the select board meeting, either last select board or 2 select boards ago. And that is something that the town is seriously looking at. So
That'll be great. His name is already up on the bench next to the bank.
right.
And
Neville.
yes, Mr. Chairman, since this is an open meeting, I would like to, I don't know if it's a motion or not, but I would like to direct the letter to be read at this meeting.
Okay.
So we'll have it on record.
Okay, please. Glenna, can you do that?
Or just bear with me one moment. I just Sent it to everyone. Okay. All right, this letter was sent on July 5th to the Gardner family, and it states, to Gardner family, we extend our sympathy and condolences during your time of bereavement, and we're saddened to hear of your loss. It is with great personal sadness, but significant gratitude that I write this letter. I believe you are aware, I worked with Jack in his various roles for the town over the years, in addition to his role on the CPC. On behalf of the Community Preservation Committee, we would like to acknowledge Jack's service on the CPC from 2018 to 2022. We thank him for the 4 years of service he provided. During his service on the CPC, he was dedicated to the citizens of Nantucket and seeing that the projects would be beneficial to the community. He is and will be missed by the Nantucket community. Wishing you and your family strength and peace. Sincerely, Ken Bogram, CPC Chair.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
At this time, it is time to break our agenda before we move into the public session. So if anybody wants to stand up and take a break, we won't go away. And if nobody needs to do that, then we can start with respect to the annual public forum.
Well,
Okay,
we
do we
actually
have
do
to-
need to take an intermission so
Yeah.
that we can set up for the annual public forum. It's on a different webinar.
Do we have to adjourn from this one and then?
No, we don't adjourn.
Just
We
taking
do-
an intermission.
We-
Just an
we stay-
intermission.
We stay on this, right? We don't have to resume in. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
You have to.
How many are on Zoom?
Okay,
Two
let's take the
members on Zoom?
intermission.
Okay, who's okay?
Ken?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take the 5-minute intermission to get set
Just
up.
need 5.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.